Hello everyone, we're going to be walking through an overview of the quoting tools offered through the Agent Xcelerator quoting platform. We have Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, Final Expense, Hospital Indemnity, and Dental. We also have the Market Edge Competitive Intelligence tool, as well as the Plan G Savings Calculator. We'll go ahead and start with Medicare Supplement. We'll start by clicking Run Quote. This is a demographics page where we'll enter the quote parameters. We'll go ahead and enter our zip code, age, gender, tobacco status, the plan type, as well as the effective date, and whether or not we'd like to apply the household discount. Once we've entered this information, we'll click Get Quote, and then we will get to the results page, and it will default to sort the results by price. We can see that we have our premium amount, the monthly premium, as well as the carrier name. We can see the household discount, the policy fee if there is one, as well as the parent company, the rating classes, the rate type, as well as the plan type, and the years in market and effective date. We have these quotes expanded right now so we can see these details, but we can also uncheck mark this and we can contract the quotes, so it's just the monthly premium and the carrier name, or we can expand these quotes out. We can also choose to apply the discount, so we'll automatically apply that household discount to the premium amount. We can also select the annual rate. So if we click this, it's going to show us what we would pay if we paid annually. And we can also choose to select Market Analytics, which is going to show us our age increases, increase history, and market data. We can also choose to select up to 5 of these plans at a time, and we can compare these quotes. So I'll select 3 for this demonstration purpose, and we can see they're populated here under Compare Quotes. When we click on Compare Quotes, it's going to show us a side-by-side comparison of the 3 plans we've selected. So we can see that they're all 3 listed here if we want to narrow this down so we're not seeing all the results, just maybe 3 or up to 5 of them. And then we can do a PDF download or print this page. If we want to go back to all of the quote results, we can also export the entire list of results, and we can export these using the print, PDF download, or Excel file export. If we want to run a different quote or a different product, we can certainly do that. We'll go back to the dashboard, and we'll run a different quote. We do want to clear these out of here because it's going to keep these compare quotes, remember here, as long as we run this quote. So we'll go out to the dashboard, and we'll start by running next a Medicare Advantage quote. So underneath Medicare Advantage, we'll click Run Quote. And again, we'll enter our zip code, as well as choose the plan type. So we can choose a Medicare Advantage plan, as well as a Medicare Part D or Special Needs plan, and the effective year. And then we'll hit Get Quote, and we'll see our Medicare Advantage results. And we can see that it's listed by max out of pocket. We can see the carrier name, as well as the plan ID, a few other plan details here listed as well. If we'd like to export this page, again, we can do so by clicking the print, the PDF download, or the Excel export buttons. We can also see the annual rate if we'd like, if there's an amount there for the monthly premium. We can also select Market Analytics, which would show us our county penetration, as well as the company enrollment numbers. If we click this Plan Details button, it's going to take us into the plan details, and we can actually do a hospital indemnity quote within the Medicare Advantage quote. So this is called our Fill in the Gaps feature, Fill the Gaps. So if we click Fill the Gaps, we're going to run a hospital indemnity quote, and we enter in those plan benefits. So we'll start by running a quote, we'll enter the zip, we'll choose the age, gender, and tobacco status. We'll click Run Quote. So we're running a hospital indemnity quote within the Medicare Advantage quote. It's called Fill the Gaps. So once we've entered this, we're going to get this plan drop down, and we can choose any hospital indemnity plan we'd like. So let's just say go with Medico. We'll click Add to Comparison. And it's actually going to load in the hospital indemnity benefits. So we can see we've got our Aetna Medicare here for our Medicare Advantage, and we've got Medico for our hospital indemnity. As we scroll down, we can add in benefit amounts. So we can choose $250 a day, and it's going to show us what the additional amount would be, the additional cost if we add in these different benefit amounts. So we can scroll all the way through this, and we can add in the benefits that we would like. Again, we can always do a PDF or print of this page as well. We'll take it back to the dashboard. Go ahead and we'll run a final expense quote. We'll click Run Quote underneath Final Expense. Again, we'll enter our zip code, as well as the gender, tobacco status, age, the face value or the monthly rate of the plan, the product type, as well as the underwriting type. We'll go ahead and click Get Quote. And as the results come up for Final Expense Life, we're going to see it looks very similar to the other product quoting tools that we have. So it's going to show the carrier name, as well as the monthly premium, the annual rate, as well as the plan, the parent company, years in market, AM Best rating and S&P rating, as well as the underwriting type. We can also do the apply fees if we'd like to see what the monthly premium would be with those annual fees applied. And we can also go into the plan details to view any additional plan details associated with this final expense plan. If we go back, I'll show you how we also have a universal comparison. So we use the compare quotes if we're comparing different plans across the same product line. So maybe 3 Medicare Advantage plans or 5 Medicare Supplement plans within the same product. But we can also compare different plans across different product lines, which is our universal compare. So if we'd like to compare this final expense plan, United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, we can click this globe button for universal compare, and we can see that underneath universal compare, this plan has been populated. If we go back to the dashboard and run a different quote, for instance, maybe a dental quote, we'll click Run Quote. We'll enter the dental information, so the zip code, the gender, age, and tobacco status. Click Get Quote. And as these results populate, we can click the Globe Universal Compare button for the dental plan. And then we can actually do a universal compare across the different product lines. So here we have our dental results, monthly premium, and the carrier name. If we click this globe button again for universal compare, we can see now that we have our final expense and our dental plans underneath universal compare. And then we can click the universal compare quotes to see a side-by-side comparison of these two different plans, our final expense and our dental. Again, we can compare up to 5 of these at one time. We'll go back to our dashboard. We'll go ahead and jump into the Market Edge tool. Again, this is our competitive intelligence tool. We'll click Run Search, and we can choose whether we'd like to compare on an entire country, so we can compare across the entire country, state to state, or we can choose a particular state. So we'll go ahead and we'll enter a state here. We'll just compare one state. We'll just see the results for one state. We can choose our quote parameters. So any quote we'd like to enter. So if we want to see a plan F or a plan G, we can compare multiple plan types, or we can choose a specific quote parameter. We can choose our quote date range. So it's going to default to the previous month, but we can choose to go further back if we'd like to see an entire previous year. And then we can also choose if we'd like to see the quote history or quote history with metrics, or if we'd like to see these results on a map, chart, or table view. We'll go ahead and stick with map. So this tool is powered by the quotes that are run on CSG's quoting platform. We'll go ahead and hit Run Search. It does take just a few moments for this information to populate because there's a lot of data. So we'll go to the preloaded one. This is the exact quote we just entered. We're in Texas, and we can see that there's a heat map here. So if we zoom in a bit, we can see that it's broken down by the 3-digit zip code level on a heat map view. So if we hover over zip code 750, we can see that it's the darkest red because there's the most MedSup quotes that were run there. So we can see that there were 4,291 MedSup quotes run. We can see the Medicare Advantage quote number, as well as the population over 65, the population turning 65, the MedSup policyholder counts, as well as the Medicare Advantage enrollment counts. We can also see the number of agents that reside in this area and the number of agents that are licensed in this area. We can choose, again, we can choose to see this on a chart view, a table view, and we can certainly export this data into an Excel file, or we can download a PNG of this map so we can see a picture of the map. So that's our brief overview of the Market Edge tool. We'll go back to the dashboard and we'll go over the Plan G savings calculator. So we'll click Open Plan G Calculator. And this is where we can enter where a person will enter the zip code first, 68135, and we can choose where person A and person B are on certain plans now, and we can see what they would save if they switched to a Plan G. So our person A, insured A, we can see that they're an age 65-year-old male, tobacco status is non-tobacco. We can choose our current carrier, so we'll say that we're currently under Anthem with a Plan F, and we can say that our monthly premium is, we'll say $185, just to make up a number. Then we can choose for insured B, we'll say that they're a 70-year-old female, non-tobacco. We can say that they're currently underneath, let's say, United Healthcare. Their current plan is a Plan F, and their current premium, we'll say, is $190. We'll click on Calculate Savings, and it's going to show us exactly what we could save if we switched to a different plan for these two, and if it were a Plan G. So it's going to show us the parameters we entered for the insured A and insured B, and it's going to list these carriers based on the amount of money we could save by switching to these Plan Gs. So our gross annual plan savings over our current plan, the highest savings amount would be $3,440.87, which is shown on this right-hand side. We can also see the net annual Plan G savings over the current plan, as well as what we're paying for our current carrier and plan for person A, person B, and as a household, and our Plan G carriers and premiums if we were to switch to a different carrier. So we can see what insured A would pay, insured B would pay, as well as a household amount. We can also print these results. We'll go back to the dashboard, which is again where we would start by running any of these quotes we'd like to run. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.